Round number 8 underway. Howard Davis has taken charge in this bout. His corner trainer Manny Siaka telling him that you are in charge now. You've got 5 rounds to go. They feel, as we do, that Howard Davis has the lead. Never underestimate the power of Edwin Rosario. He may be a sleeping giant out there. Although not a giant of the man physically, he packs the wallop of one, as 17 verifiable knockout victims can attest. He joined his weight. He had Davis down with a snapping left hook in the second round. And in the following round, it was Davis who buckled the knees of Rosario, but failed to put him down. Once again, the pace being dictated by Howard Davis. Rosario attempt to counterpunch his way off the ropes whenever he chooses. Davis, with a lashing left hand, drives him back onto those ropes. So the reach advantage is no question a big one for Howard Davis as the fight continues. He can stand back out of harm's way. Let the 6-inch advantage work for him, while Rosario has to find a way to cut inside that. This crowd in San Juan dismayed by what Rosario hasn't done since the first couple of rounds. A very inactive champion in the ring here. In this, his second defense of a title he won 14 months ago. His chance to prove that he is a premier lightweight. And so far, he is not convincing very many people of that in this test today. Just over a minute to go in this, the 8th round. Chapo is the nickname worn around the belt of Rosario, and that's what you hear the crowd chanting in the background as he smiles after the right thrown by Davis that did connect. Whether it is an injured hand possibly or just the reach problem, Rosario shows no sign of coming out of the shell he went into in about the 4th round when Davis began to pull even in the fight. Then in the ensuing rounds, this is round 8. No question, Davis has taken charge. The referee does not vote. The 3 ringside judges from England, Venezuela, and Mexico will decide it if it does go the 12-round distance. Davis with the left. Feinting with the head. At the bell to end the 8th round. They are 2/3 of the way through this WBC lightweight championship. So Rosario is running out of time in which to catch up, I would think, and impress the judges. Earlier, it was all Rosario, as Howard Davis, despite his reach, backed up. As he threw the right, missed with it, he got caught with a left hook. That was in round 2, flattened his back. He bounced up quickly, stayed away from Rosario the balance of that round. Then, past the midway mark of round 3, here was a solid right hand that buckled the knees of Rosario, but he did stay on his feet. In the middle. Another great fight coming up for you. Wide World of Sports will not be on the air because of the USFL playoffs the next 2 weeks. It returns July 14th. Junior middleweights, Wilfred Benitez and Davey Moore. Benitez, 3-time world champion of the past, and Davey Moore, a former champion in this division. It'll be followed by the Firecracker 400, July the 14th. That bout taking place in Monte Carlo. This one in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and the 9th round is underway. My scorecard shows that I haven't given a round to Rosario since the 2nd. Which would mean Davis does indeed have a commanding lead. But the people to decide that for real are the ringside judges. You can't give points to a man who doesn't show any activity. And Rosario continues to sort of lay back. Let Davis, with a reach advantage and all, back him away to those ropes. I haven't detected that he has been reluctant to use the right hand because he really hasn't been eager to throw either hand the last 5 rounds. There's no question that Davis has gained confidence as this bout has continued. The awesome champion from Puerto Rico, except for that early knockdown, has been anything but awesome to Howard Davis. Yet Davis must know he can't get too careless or wide open because the power of Rosario is still intact. A minute now into this 9th round. Davis, in his previous title attempt, lost a unanimous decision to Jim Watt in Glasgow, Scotland. So at this stage, getting down to the final few rounds of his second attempt at a championship, he is indeed in much better shape. He has reeled out 13 victories in a row, remember, leading up to this one, but Rosario has not lost in his entire career. The only loss for Davis came in that title attempt against Watt in Glasgow in 1980. There's no question that Rosario needs points and needs to pile them up fairly consistently now unless he can catch Davis with a knockout blow. They boxed through about 2 minutes in this, the 9th round, scheduled for 12 in San Juan, Puerto Rico, on a steamy, humid June afternoon. There's a combination that finally came through by Rosario. Not a devastating right, but one that was a scoring blow nonetheless. Little puffiness below the left eye of Rosario, nothing to be concerned with. There was a mark over the other eye of Davis, the left eye, but now again that sharp combination, the quick hands of Davis scoring in the Rosario corner. About 30 seconds to go in the 9th round. And apart from the odd flurry, as he bangs away to the body, Rosario not doing much in an attempt to catch up as he comes up short again, failing to get inside the reach. And the quick upper body movement and feet of Howard Davis of Long Island, New York. A glancing right from Rosario land. Just missing with a jab as Davis backed away from it. Davis with his left leading him in on the ropes once again as they have gone through the 9th round with time running out on the champion from Puerto Rico, Edwin Rosario. And again, as he has done all day long, in that corner with the 10th round coming up, Howard Davis remains on his feet. Looking very, very fresh. At 28, he's getting very close to a world championship if this continues.
John, when you put pressure on, you got to do something with some uppercuts. Right uppercut will do it. Right uppercut will do it. Come on. This round, got to win every round, John.
It's his father, Howard Davis Sr., trainer, Manny Siaka.
Every round, you understand?
And their advice is pretty sound. Just continue to do what he's been doing. And they just put the pressure on Rosario. Rosario, who said he was in the best condition possible, has been sitting between each round. He looks like a tired boxer right now, this WBC lightweight champion. Up he comes for the 10th round, scheduled for 12. He knocked Davis down with a shot to the body, back into the ropes. Rosario now brings the crowd to its feet and makes this crowd come alive for the first time in 8 rounds. Rosario pouring all over Davis in the corner, but Davis very deftly stepping out of trouble. He did take some stinging blows, though. Rosario continues to pour it on, bangs to the body, and fires the left hand up to the head that just missed. Rosario must realize now he needs the knockout to be sure of winning this one because it may be too late to get the points he has to compile. Body shot. Fended off partially by Davis with the guard held up high. The elbows down trying to guard the body, but Rosario having a big 10th round. Bangs away at the body of Davis, and Davis now has some steam taken out of him from all this punishment. The body shot, a have-to-be telling blows. He's guarding his head, but he's left the body open. He's taken half a dozen or more very sharp blows in the midsection. A new Rosario came off his stool to begin round 10. Not the tired boxer we had seen the previous half dozen rounds. They are just now coming up to the midway mark of the 10th round. Davis had to be surprised by the sudden vigor of Rosario coming at him to start this 10th. As Edwin had done virtually nothing previously. Maybe he was saving it for a big finish. He went into a shell against Ramirez before finally dominating the late rounds against him to take the victory right here in San Juan. He almost left it too long if it's points he's looking for, despite the impressive round he's enjoying right here. Rosario must be arm weary at this stage, considering the amount he has thrown the first couple of minutes of this round. About 50 seconds remaining in the 10th. Despite the punishment he's taken, the aggressor, despite that right hand by Rosario, is Davis coming right in and catching it flush on the side of the face. So obviously the champion is plenty left as Davis fires the left hook. And missing with the left hand is Howard Davis. Less than 30 seconds to go in the 10th round. The best consistent action of the entire fight. Mostly by Rosario in the first couple. Now Rosario in the closing seconds with a combination that scored right there. So he has won this 10th round in a big, big way. The champion Rosario has. Davis dancing around will try to collect himself and take it to an 11th round, but there's no question catching up right now is the champion Rosario. Davis's father told Howard that Rosario's tiring, and Davis nodded. He said, I know. Howard has to have the lead, as we have suggested to you. It's a matter of survival now in the 11th and 12th rounds. An almost desperate champion from San Juan. No doubt will come after him again. He did so brilliantly in the 10th round. Most impressive victory in any round by either man today. It was scored by Rosario back there. Whichever way it goes, it's been a good one. You can almost see mirrored on the face of Davis the intensity of showing how much he wants this championship. One that eluded him 4 years ago over in Scotland. 7 years of his life boxing professionally have brought him to this second chance. He has no guarantee there will be a third if he does not capitalize today as he fires two good lefts out. Rosario now more and more the aggressor as Davis is backing up. It was Rosario who laid back on the ropes, now initiating much of the action here in the 11th round as they tie up. Both men have been stung in the early round. But the process of wearing down has gone both ways. I suspect more in the case of Rosario than Davis, who does look tired. He slipped down there. Comes up smiling. A little embarrassed about it all as we are at the midway point of the 11th round. Not a knockdown. He's that left again that sends little Rosario backwards. Davis catching him on the way in, although a couple of punches, the right in particular, landed by Rosario. That left of his has to be respected, too. He throws it in a real hurry. Now he'll go to work on the body again. That's what slowed Davis down appreciably back in that 10th round. Body shots were very telling. And he goes back to that same strategy now with less than a minute to go on the 11th round. Davis has taken his share of punishment the last 2 rounds. Continues to lead here, we would suspect. Rosario looks for that big punch to take him out. But his prediction of finishing off Davis inside of 6 rounds has long since gone by the boards today. Final 20 seconds of the 11th round. And Rosario, despite his desire and his heart, maybe a little too fatigued to mount a serious rally, but we're going to find out in this 12th and final round coming up. They give it on fairly even terms after a big 10th round for Rosario. Round 11 comes to an end. Final advice for Davis.
When he comes after you, be all slipping and carrying on like that. Hit him every now and then, though. You can't let him carry nothing. The last 30 seconds round, you got to burn this stuff to win this fight. You got this.
The point well taken from Manny Siaka and his father. There are the 2 wives of the boxers. A very concerned look, especially on the lady on the right, Edwin Rosario's wife.
Why you got it?
The point well taken that to beat a champion, especially in his hometown, you've got to take it right to him all the way to the final bell. Even in the final 30 seconds, you must look impressive to convince the judges you were good enough to take this championship away. That's important for Davis to know. Though while in the middle to late rounds, he was the dominant man, judges could be swayed by the late flurry, particularly in the 10th round by the champion. Here's told to slip those punches, use the upper body to back out of the way of Rosario's thrust. That's what he appears to be doing here in this round. He knows he has to avoid any possibility of a knockout, and yet at the same time, he's got to remain fairly impressive with what he is doing. So a difficult balance has to be found for Howard Davis here in this 12th and final round. The WBC World Lightweight Championship. Good combination came through there. Davis has succeeded in silencing, for the most part, this crowd, partisan, in favor of Rosario in this 12th round. But they were hooping and hollering in the 10th when their man was on the attack. Good counter-punching by Rosario there. Davis has to finally cover up after he initiated the action of this series. And now Rosario finishing up beautifully with the uppercut coming through. The chopping left hand. Shoulder to shoulder, as you can see, at the midway point of the 12th and final round. These two men have put on a tremendous show here in search of the title in San Juan. More body shots. And up to the head with the right hand. And Davis with a hook. Then the straight left thrown by Davis. Both men have thrown a great many punches right here in this sequence. Never mind in the 12 rounds they have gone through. So Davis, as we told you, is aware of the fact that he cannot afford to let up. It's got to be a big and impressive finish for him to make sure of the decision. And of the two, Rosario looks to be the more tired of the stage as the referee Jacob separates them again. Less than a minute to go on the bout. Good left thrown by Davis. He is doing what his corner told him, taking it to him all the way, but that right came out and stung him. Now the left and the right. A grazing right, a chopping right, the left hand. It is Rosario now in the final flurry in the last 35 seconds. The crowd here in the Clemente Coliseum on its feet, cheering this one as they will likely take it right down to the bell. It is a brawl of the 12th round. Two hungry boxers, one trying to keep his championship, the other almost desperate to take it away from him. Coming down to the final 10 seconds. This flurry now belongs. Oh, here's the punch. Davis at 10 seconds goes down. He's back up again. Just 3 seconds to go. He was taking the action to him again and got caught once again at the bell. The welt under Davis's eye. The smile from both fighters. But the lightning quick attack of Rosario struck just before the bell.